Today, we're diving into one of the most intense and honestly most important sibling rivalries in all of history, the story of Jacob and Esau. This is an incredible tale about destiny, some serious deception, and how the conflict between two brothers literally gave birth to two nations, all because of one single mysterious prophecy.
It all kicks off with this single world-changing message. Before the twins are even born, their mother, Rebecca, gets this prophecy that just completely flips tradition on its head. The older son will serve the younger. I mean, that just wasn't how things were done. This sets the stage for everything to come and really makes you wonder, how is that even possible? How is this going to play out?
Well, to even begin to understand the prophecy, you've got to understand the brothers themselves. Because even though they were born just moments apart, they were complete, total opposites. They were like two different worlds in one family.
And I'm not kidding when I say they were different. On one hand, you have Esau. He's this rugged, man-of-the-field type, a master hunter, super impulsive and without a doubt, his father Isaac's favorite. But then you have Jacob. He was the quiet one, always thinking, always planning, you could even say calculating. And he was his mother's favorite. Rebecca never ever forgot that prophecy about him. You can just feel the friction there from the very beginning, can't you?
So, the big question is, how does the younger brother actually manage to take the place of the older one? Well, let's just say the path to fulfilling that prophecy wasn't exactly noble. It was a messy, winding road filled with human weakness, a ton of ambition, and, yeah, some pretty bold deception.
And before we go any further, let's be crystal clear about what this birthright actually was. This wasn't just some fancy title. No, this was everything. We're talking a double portion of all the family wealth, and this is the big one, the leadership of the entire clan. The stakes were unbelievably high.
And nothing shows the difference between these two brothers better than this moment. Picture it. Esau comes stumbling in from a hunt, totally exhausted, starving. He sees Jacob has made some stew, and in this moment of pure desperation, he basically says, "What good is this birthright if I'm about to die of hunger?" And just like that, for a single bowl of food, he trades away his entire future. And Jacob, the planner, he just sees his chance, and he takes it.
Okay, so Jacob's got the birthright. That's a huge deal. But it's only half the battle. Because there was something else, something that couldn't be bought or sold, the father's blessing. This was a sacred, powerful inheritance spoken from father to son. And Isaac was all set to give it to his favorite, Esau. This is where things get really dramatic and where their mother, Rebecca, decides to step in.
What she comes up with is this incredibly elaborate scheme. She's convinced she's just helping God's plan along. So she cooks Isaac's favorite meal, she has Jacob put on Esau's clothes so he'll smell right, and then get this, she covers Jacob's smooth arms and neck with goat skins to feel like his hairy brother. All of this to trick her own blind, elderly husband.
Oh man, you can just feel the tension in their room. Isaac is so close to figuring it out. He says, the voice is Jacob's voice, but then he reaches out and feels the hairy arms, but the hands are the hands of Esau. He's totally confused, caught between what he hears and what he feels, and in that moment of doubt, he gives the blessing to Jacob, sealing the prophecy for good.
The blessing is stolen, the family is completely shattered, and the consequences come down hard and fast. For Jacob, this act of deception sends him on the run, fleeing for his very life.
You can imagine Esau's reaction when he comes back and finds out what happened. He's devastated, and that grief just explodes into a murderous fury. Any love he had for his brother is gone, and he makes a promise to himself. As soon as their father is gone, he will kill Jacob.
So think about the irony here. Jacob, the guy who just received the blessing to become the leader of the family, is now a fugitive. He has the blessing, yeah, but he's lost his home, his family, everything. He's running into the desert with absolutely nothing, a man in exile, hunted by his own brother. But right there, at his absolute lowest point, when he's all alone and sleeping on a rock in the middle of nowhere, something incredible happens. Jacob has this powerful dream about a ladder stretching all the way to heaven. And in that dream, he hears a promise from God, basically saying, "I'm with you, and I'm not leaving you." It's this moment of reassurance that even though he messed up, he's still part of a much bigger plan.
So what happens next? What becomes of these two brothers and the prophecy that pretty much dictated their whole lives? Well, their personal fight ends up echoing for centuries.
You can really trace it from start to finish. The prophecy is given at their birth. Then, as a young man, Jacob cleverly gets the birthright. Then, through deception, he gets the blessing. And it all culminates
Generations later, when Jacob's 12 sons go on to become the 12 tribes of Israel. And Esau? He becomes the father of a whole other nation, the Edomites. 2 nations from one womb, just like the prophecy said.
So, what can we take away from this wild story? Well, for one, it seems destiny isn't always neat and tidy. Sometimes it works through really flawed people and questionable choices. It also shows us that small, impulsive decisions, like trading your future for a bowl of soup, can have massive, long-lasting consequences. And maybe the craziest part is seeing how a bitter family feud, of all things, can lay the groundwork for entire nations.
And all of this leaves us with one last, really big question to chew on. When you look at Jacob's cunning schemes and Esau's impulsive nature, were they just playing parts that were already written for them? Or did their choices, their very human flaws and ambitions, actually forge the destiny that was predicted all along? It's that question that really makes their story stick with you.